So, spawning down in the bottom right-hand position, representing my insanity, none other than Jjakji. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left, the red Protoss player from Vega Squadron, it is Verdi. So, a nice little bit of PvT coming up here. I am stoked about it. Super excited. There is a small delay on stream, just so everyone knows, of 3 minutes, just so everyone's all happy. Not that I suspect there'd be any problem if there wasn't. But yeah, in terms of strategy, what we should be getting out, obviously lots on the cards, lots possible. And yeah, really there's kind of 3 main steps to PvT in my opinion. There's the early game where you can get some nice little pushes, you can get a little bit of harassment coming in, etc, etc. And then you get more into the mid game. Generally, the mid game I define as when a Protoss player has one form of AoE to deal with Terran infantry. Once they get that done, depending on what it is, you then get a little moment where Protoss players are looking pretty solid. It's then up to a Terran to respond, and of course then you get into late game, which is when a Protoss player generally will have both Storm and Colossi, and that's when it all comes down to army composition, the engagement angles, things like that, and just who can get the better trades down. Frost being a big map will result in us getting some quite long games potentially, but they are in the close positions at the south here, so this center watchtower the probe just went past will be really important. Drops are also potentially going to play a good part, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Jjakji put some supply depots down around here just to keep a good Jjakji to put some supply depots down just to keep an eye out, but also over on Verdi's side, a couple of pylons, observers round through this area just to really keep on top of any drops that could be coming through. Now, for the moment we do see that a probe just coming in, getting a little scout, going to try and work out what Jjakji is doing, but he's just opening fairly standard with a Reaper coming out. The SCV going to scout as well because of course Frost, any spawn position is possible. Seems Jjakji has deduced that it's likely to be one of these two spawns just by how quickly the probe came over. If it was cross spawn and the probe came in when he thought, then yeah, that would have been very early to get that scout down. But for the moment over on Verdi's side, he's just having a bit of a happy time getting down that cybernetics core, everything looking quite solid, and well, pretty normal build. Going to be quite tech heavy as we see there is 6 probes in gas. Meanwhile, Jjakji playing things a little more safe by getting down obviously that Reaper expand into a CC and just playing very standard. What I'm very interested to see is exactly what follow-up is going to be from this. Most likely it will be a Stargate. There we go, it is just getting thrown down now. But Jjakji will scout it, knows it's coming, and Oracle's so common at the moment in PvT. And especially when you are in close positions, Jjakji shouldn't have too much trouble defending this. We very well may see a Widow Mine come out of here if he's feeling particularly threatened. But more likely, he'll be more than satisfied with this reactor barracks. 6 Marines, of course, kill off an Oracle perfectly happily, so that's all he needs at each base. He can get down a missile turret as well if he really feels a need. But he scouted what Verdi's doing now, and therefore should be feeling quite comfortable in the fact that his economy's looking good, and without doubt, he's going to be getting ahead in at least that aspect of the game. So, the Stargate is now done. We should see an Oracle get queued up. There we go. And, well, obviously an Oracle coming down is a bit of a commitment to deal some damage with. Not really much that could have been done. It could have been cancelled potentially in the tech switch, but that's a bit of a bold move. Jjakji, though, gonna just be busy getting out of Widow Mine, so as expected, gonna just aid in that defense, so he's definitely safe. He's currently sitting at 4 Marines. 5th and 6th one should just be about to pop out, so he should have plenty of time. Meanwhile, the Reaper for Jjakji able to get a nice little kill there, and also scout that Verdi is gonna be taking his Nexus now. So timing's all looking good. Meanwhile, Oracle just making its way out across the map. Gonna go and check down by the watchtower to kill that Reaper. Now, that may seem odd, why he isn't rushing over there, but let's face it, Jjakji already scouted the Stargate, he can suspect, so this Oracle has now wrapped up 1 kill, really stopped any more scouting, easily coming down for Jjakji, and has done some definite damage, which it may not be able to do over in the mineral lines due to Jjakji scouting and a good number of Marines being down. Medevac coming out, so this is going to be followed up with a Widow Mine drop. As I said at the start, drop play probably was going to be always very high on Jjakji's priority in these spawn positions, but now we can look to start getting through, can try and get some big probe damage done. And the Widow Mines, if they are able to burrow, are going to be a right nuisance because Verdi does not have, for the moment, any robotics facility and therefore has no detection available aside from that Oracle, which could very easily get focused down. So something that does need to be a little bit cautious for. Jjakji could do very well with this play. The medevac is out on the field. It's currently making its way across the map, missing this watchtower, and there's no vision down here at the edge of the base, so this is going to get scouted very late. We do see though that for the moment the Oracle comes in, gets hit by a Widowmine, instantly taken down, and that means no detection available. There's no robotics facility. Jjakji can do very well if he gets these Widowmines burrowed effectively, which I don't doubt that he's going to be able to do, and this could cause many problems to the Vega Protoss player. So in we go now with a couple of Marines. Actually, the Widowmine didn't come over. I'm surprised at that. Mass recall being thrown out, but the Mothership Core gets sniped, boosts away down towards that natural base, and with that drop, GG is called, and Jjakji is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3.